I think that the comment is clear, right? Meaning that justice and combating injustice is a high priority. It's always been a high priority in the church. And for me, it would not have mattered who won the election. There would still have been things that we needed to do by way of combating the injustices and being strong advocates with our government around certain issues. I think that with a Trump presidency, I think a lot of that is known based on some of what he said. His first presidency, that there might be more things that the church needs to be an advocate on, things that historically we have spoken to. So things like immigration, human sexuality, the rights of women, reproductive rights, that all of those, climate action would be the other one, are things that the church should be involved in and will continue to remain involved in. I think, one, there's hope. Two, we have to be willing to find ways to be in solidarity with each other. That I think that a divided church is antithetical to Jesus's message and to the hope of the early disciples for this movement that we are. I think that there are ways in which the church still needs to figure out how to be a church with differences. Like the church has never been monolithic in any age, right? So how do we transcend the divides? And where is the line where we say that what is being espoused by a particular ideology is not reflective of the church and is possibly not Christian? So I think in this moment, one, I feel that I feel like I'm prepared for the moment, right? That the call is coming at a time where the gifts and graces that I bring in ministry are what the church needs. I would also say that in the midst of all of this, it's like there's always more to learn, right? But I think that there's so much of who I am. I don't know if it's right for the moment, but it certainly speaks to the moment in terms of, one, being a woman in an increasingly revealed patriarchy, not just in the United States but in the world. What does it mean that both Trump presidencies were against women, Hillary Clinton and now Kamala Harris? So I think that there's something to be said about women's leadership. I think the other part is, what does it mean to be leading in a time when white Christian nationalism is on the rise, and our denomination is 80+% white. As a woman of color, I'm also an immigrant. I was born in a different country. So I think that there are many ways, just by showing up, my presence speaks to a lot of things that are being questioned in this moment. I have this this abiding faith that says that there's something bigger than us, and maybe something bigger than me at work in this world, and that it has the possibility to unite rather than divide us, and that there is, in the words of that hymn, there's yet more light and truth to break out in front of us. So I think it's a lot of that one allows me to answer the call to serve in this way. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to have no kind of consistent schedule because I'm traveling all the time or I'm gone all the time. But I think that the church also has something to offer to people. If we could just get a little bit out of our own way, and separate ourselves as church from ego and self gain, that maybe we could find our way to assisting people on their spiritual path, which I believe is a part of it, because I believe that the work that we are called to do for justice, or anything that we could accomplish where justice is concerned, that is very deeply rooted in our experience and living of spirit in this moment. That is not it's not something that we could do personally by ourselves.